Good afternoon, everyone. Well, firstly, a thank you from me also to both Bill Gates and President Jim Kim of the World Bank for their video messages. I think their words really show us how our country is seen from the outside. It's a world leader, a compassionate country, one that keeps its promises on aid and defence spending, a country that can be counted on, a country that's always stood up for doing the right thing, confronting problems, even when the odds have been against us. Democracy, freedom of speech, justice, and the rule of law, equality, these are British values that have shaped the world. And Britain's approach on development is the smartest there is. That's why I'm proud to be British, and why I'm proud to be Secretary of State for International Development, with, of course, my fantastic team, Ministers Desmond Swain, Grant Shapps, Baroness Verma, my brilliant PPSs, Andrew Bingham and Charlotte Leslie, and my wonderful whips, David Evanet and Patrick Cortown. Now, I didn't go into this job with rose-tinted glasses on. As an accountant, that would have been impossible. But I have seen for myself that our country's reputation, it carries serious weight. And as Conservatives, we want a strong United Kingdom, a Britain that stands tall, a Britain with a proud past, yes, but also a Britain that we can build with a proud, prosperous and secure future. And it was our Prime Minister, David Cameron, who had the foresight to put international development at the heart of our national security and our foreign policy. It wasn't an easy commitment to make, just as British taxpayers were making sacrifices to help put things right after Labour's latest economic mess. And believe me, doing this job, I've heard and I've thought about the arguments against aid as much as anyone else. But our Prime Minister was right on 0.7%, just as he was right on that Britain needed to sort out the deficit, that we needed to make work pay. Because when we turn on the TV and we watch the 6 o'clock news, those problems overseas, Syrian refugees, people dying from Ebola, war in South Sudan, whether we like it or not, in today's world, if we don't sort out other countries' problems, they become ours too, threatening our national security. And the smart thing to do is to tackle the root causes of those problems. Root causes like conflict and instability, no opportunity because there are no jobs, and extreme poverty. So on the Syrian crisis, yes, we will help resettle up to 20,000 of the most vulnerable refugees. But we've been there from the start, supporting millions of refugees in the region, not just with food, water, shelter, medical supplies, but education and livelihoods too. And no country has done more than the UK in Syria, other than the US. This kind of support has meant that just 4% of almost 12 million Syrian refugees forced out of their homes have sought asylum in Europe. We're working in South Sudan, the Central African Republic, not just because it's life-saving work and right, but because supporting people where they are means that they're less likely to feel they have no other option than to head north to Libya and then on to Europe. Dealing with root causes means combating Ebola in Sierra Leone, and the brave work of our military, the Department for International Development's humanitarian workers, and NHS doctors and nurses stopping it in its tracks. We saved countless lives there, and we kept ourselves safe at the same time. And there was no playbook on how to deal with Ebola. I was there many times. I saw for myself the work that we were doing. It was the best of British. I saw Ebola sufferers for whom our help was their only chance. I met a Red Cross volunteer. He was carrying out safe burials of Ebola victims, in spite of the fact that, as he told me, his first mistake would be his last. Dealing with root causes means helping to rescue back failed states like Somalia for its own people, taking on al-Shabaab, investing in Somalia's counter-terrorism and security capacity, so that this proud but fragile country is never again a safe haven for terrorists. And of course, more of our aid budget now is focused on those fragile states. So Britain's development programme recognises that to protect our country's national security, our country's stability, and our prosperity at home, we need to promote security, stability, and prosperity overseas. Last week, I was at the United Nations in New York, where the international community agreed a new set of global goals to end extreme poverty by 2030. Our position from the start was that we had to have the right plan, and those new goals had to address the root causes of poverty that rob countries of their future. And Britain and our Prime Minister played a huge role in achieving just that. So we have new goals supporting stability and security by rooting out corruption, instilling the rule of law, justice, this golden thread of development. New goals to give girls and women more choices and control over their lives. Education, ending FGM, ending child marriage, having the right to open a bank account and land title. We have new goals on job creation, on investment, on business, on entrepreneurship, creating business climates that mean we can have the investment to create the jobs for a new generation of young people growing up in developing countries. And wherever I go in the world, young people tell me that they want the same thing, which is a job and the dignity of work. And I know that the toughest year of my childhood in Rotherham was the year that my dad was unemployed. And in the last 3 years, my department has doubled its work on jobs and pushing economic growth. At the same time, we're fighting corruption, we're creating property rights, we're creating better justice systems that mean that people can reliably invest. On health, Britain's investment tackling malaria has helped see deaths plummet by 2/3. And healthy people are a prerequisite for a healthy economy. Education is vital for strong economies too, which is why we will continue all that work. We're boosting our investment in climate change. If we don't, and if countries become unlivable, for example, if farmland turns to desert, people can't stay in their homes. It's a tragedy for them, but again, it's more displaced people, which risks more migration. That's what I mean about a UK development approach that's smart. And of course, being smart also includes getting the best results out of every single pound. And having been in business for 15 years before entering Parliament, I'm determined to make sure that my department delivers value for money. Our spend now needs a business case to back it up that's approved by ministers, and it needs clear results. We've won awards from the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply for 3 years running now. And value for money is at the heart of everything that we do. And under my watch, it always will be. What we spend on development, 0.7% of our gross national income, is absolutely 100% in our national interest. Because national security threats, migration and disease don't stop at the English Channel. That's clearer now than it's ever been. When we're supporting refugees in their home region or creating jobs, this government is tackling the root causes of migration. When we're fighting Ebola, the UK is stopping the spread of that disease to our shores. When we're fighting for women's rights, education for girls, this government is doubling the number of people who can build their own country's future. So the next time that you're on the doorstep being challenged about the aid budget, you can say that in a dangerous world, this Conservative government is maintaining Britain's national security by meeting NATO's 2% defence target, meeting the UN's 0.7% aid target, and we are fighting for what is morally right and also what is firmly in Britain's interests. I grew up proud that ours is a country that has very firmly put its stamp on the world, and it's an overwhelmingly positive one. And we should keep doing that in the 21st century. We should never leave the world stage, and we should never exit the world stage and leave it to others. It needs us. It needs Britain. We must continue to rise to that challenge, and we will. Thank you.